The Elves are renowned as being one of the strongest fighting forces in Middle-earth. Today we will put that to the test as the Elves try their best to defend this awesome settlement in the latest Rise of Mordor update. Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to another Total War Rise of Mordor battle. Today we are back in Khal Andros, the brand new map, as I just said in the brand new update. I repeated myself there for multiple statements, and today we're going to be going up against a humongous force from Isengard. I wanted to do Helm's Deep, but unfortunately I just couldn't get the AI to work properly on Helm's Deep, so instead of that I decided we'll dive into Khal Andros. I'll do a battle on this, and then when the Elf pack comes out, because the Elves aren't out quite yet, what I'll do is I'll do a nice awesome online battle with them on Helm's Deep, and we'll kind of use the Rohan mod as well as the Elves, and we'll just have some epic showdowns on that map as the artillery comes raging in. So yes, we are using the updated version of the new Elves map. The modder has been putting in a lot of time in adding in new models, adding in new armors, adjusting them, bringing in new units, and I think he's planning on adding in all three Elven factions. So we've got in Ladris, we've got the Elves from what elves am I playing right now? The Lindor elves, and then, or Lindon elves, sorry. I kept on calling them Lindor last time, and everyone was like, chocolate elves, Jackie? Yeah, the Lindon elves, and there's also, I think he's trying to add in the elves from the Woodland Realm as well, which should be really awesome. They look really cool. I've seen some of their screenshots, so I'm definitely looking forward to having multiple elf factions roaming around. And also, this mod is going to be getting added to the sub-mod for Rise of Mordor as well, so that's definitely going to buff out that roster in the sub-mod already. I mean, it's already pretty massive, but yeah, some extra units is going to be absolutely amazing. So let's take a look at some of the new awesome units which have been added in since the last time I've done this. A lot of these units are going to be lighter variants rather than the kind of more iconic elves that we know and love from the movies. These definitely look like the elves that fought bravely in the Battle of the Last Alliance. I mean, yeah, they look spectacular, of course they do. And the modder on these models have just basically, done a lot of recoloring and adding in other assets to kind of buff them out a little bit more. Adding in new commanders, obviously, was a addition that wasn't originally in the mod. And I think adding in new capes as well, which again look great. Really cool indeed. So yeah, these are going to be the spearmen. Behind that we do have the, I'm just going to see it on slow-mo as well, as the walls are breached and I don't want the enemy to overrun me quite quickly. So yeah, we'll play on slow-mo. Then we have these two-handed sword variants of the elves. Again, obviously an amazing ass unit. It'd be so cool if we could get a hybrid unit of archers and swords like in Three Kingdoms. That would be so goddamn cool. It's kind of like that in Attila, but not really. Then we have these other elves back here. These are the Grey Haven Guardians. So this faction is the elves towards the West Mountains. They don't really do that much, I don't think, in the Third Age. Besides, they kind of are the last elves to really stick around in Middle-earth. I remember reading that, but they eventually do go over to the Grey Haven and into the greater life that they will lead. So yeah, these are the brand new units here, looking very clean indeed. I love the undercoats as well. Very cool stuff, and they do whip out their swords and get stuck in. Then we also have another unit of Elven Pikemen back here. Again, these are kind of just lightly armored pikes, nothing too special, more like peasants. Really, I guess you can't really call elves peasants, but yeah, these guys are kind of a lot more lightly armored, a lot more nimble than, say, their more armored allies. And then we have the heavier variant right here. These guys are wielding the extra armor on the chest, as well as the shoulder pads, better helmets, and they're also posing for the gram as well, ready to get Instagram famous, so what's not to love there. We also have some archers set up here. Again, the archers look amazing. I can't wait to start volleying off arrow after arrow on my opponents. I mean, these archers are already volleying, and again, they just look really awesome. I'm a big fan of the way they do look. And then finally, we have some cavalry back here, which also look amazing. I really like the addition of these horses, and I also really love the horse archers as well for Elrond's faction, because the Elrond or Elves of Rivendell are a lot whiter in their armor kits, and they have a lot better horse archers and stuff, so it's great to see kind of the variation, as I think the Elves are obviously master riders and also master bowmen, so it's great to see that cavalry archer unit coming into play. But yeah, once again, they look really good. So I guess we'll just prepare our defenses. We'll go back onto normal speed. The artillery artillery is still coming in. I think we're going to have to try and get this unit off of the walls, as they don't want to have another breach there. And we might have to dispatch a couple units out here. Luckily, we have plenty of units in reserve, so we can reinforce this breach point if we need to. We have a unit right there. We'll bring some men off of the wall as well, and we'll turn the archers just to start basically shooting away at these other positions. They've got a pretty good field of view there, taking off plenty of enemies as they push up these ladders. And this is not a measly rabble of orcs right here. These are Uruk-hai. Their armor is thick and they are extremely scary. I made sure to give the forces of Isengard a very deadly force. They have mainly just a lot of this Uruk-hai infantry. They also have berserkers. They also have the White Hand Stormers with the huge shields. They have half-orc axes. They also have some of the new Mordor rabble units as well. This is new to Mordor. Yeah, they're basically a very, very scary fighting force, and I think there's 7,000 of them as well. And here you go, you can see some of the White Hand Stormers advancing forward right here. God damn, that is, yeah, scary indeed. You can just see the settlement in the distance. God damn. Yeah, advancing forward. The archer fire is now coming in, and there we go. The first couple units are now pushing up. The arrow fire is coming in, and now the elves must prepare to defend this. I mean, I don't know how capable they're going to be, actually. I might need to reinforce this position fairly quickly, because the Uruk-hai are going to quite quickly surround me here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to fall back here. And just kind of give up more of this defensive area. Oh yeah, we've also lost the tower as well. Our archers are being hammered by missile fire. I guess we will try and take out the Uruk archers if we can help it, as more and more of this wall is going down. Yeah, that's very, very scary. We're going to need to reinforce this area ASAP. So luckily we do have some more swords. Let's bring up some more swords right here. And also we have some swords here as well. Yeah, you guys definitely get up on the wall and defend that. It doesn't seem like we're going to have to worry too much about this side of the wall, but I really don't want these archers being overrun. So let's just try and get our swords up there onto the walls as quickly as possible. Reinforce this. We should be able to repel the orc advance sometime. Whereas a lot of them, and I'm glad I did start to slowly retreat, because we've managed to kind of keep a consistent battle line here, but I don't know for how much longer. You can see the elves executing the Uruk-hai. I like to imagine, though, that these Uruk-hai are much more well-trained than the Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep. Because that's kind of... Oh, we actually also should turn off our... Good, these guys aren't firing, which is exactly what we want to hold this fire for as long as possible until they really overcommit to these positions. But yeah, as I was saying... yeah, the Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep were very fresh and green. Actually, get up here. Go up this way, boys. Yeah, the Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep were very fresh. They were kind of forced out trying to crush Rohan before they could really regain any power. So that's one of the reasons they had so much trouble at Helm's Deep. Because in the books, obviously the elves don't turn up in the books. That's a movie thing. So you can imagine the, yeah, the actual defenses trying to hold with just as few men as they did have. It was, yeah, a pretty crazy defense. The nice thing is about these elven forces as well is that these archers are a hybrid unit as well, so they do have their bows and then they whip out their swords. They're more of an infantry unit than a missile unit, but obviously any elven unit is just beyond deadly. So every volley they fire out is just, yeah, insanely powerful. And they're going to be able to just slaughter these Uruk-hai on the walls like it's nobody's business. Oh, they're going to come flying through these gaps, right? So let's form a nice little shield wall. We have a square and we have a spear wall. So let's go spear wall. We'll form that spear wall. We'll prepare to defend. How sick would it be if they ever got the animation in from the first film where they were showing the Battle of the Last Alliance and they all whip out their swords and they do kind of the awesome swing up and just take out the lines of orcs. That's obviously not very realistic, but hey, it's fantasy. It doesn't need to be. Also, this is led by King Gil-galad. I remember his name. I'm not sure if he was the king who died in the Last Alliance, because obviously the movies don't show this, but in the Battle of the Last Alliances, Elrond was just like a commander. His father and the leader, I think it was Frangil's father, as well as Elrond's father, were the main kind of commanders of the elven forces in the Last Alliance. Again, I could be lying, I could be making this up, but from what I remember, I believe that's true. And if do educate me if I'm right or wrong in the comments down below. I'd love to read up a bit more about that. But yeah, like they were the lead commanders, and they ended up dying in the battle, which then obviously put, you know, the commanders we know and love into power for their respective realms. Okay, the pikemen are now engaging, and luckily we are mainly fighting. As more of the walls go down, we are fighting against the Uruk-hai scouts, and I think it is time to unleash our bowmen up on the walls. Alright, boys, can you range down? Oh, you're just a little bit out of range. Okay, so you guys aren't in range. Are you guys in range? Oh, you could help me there, and you can hit on the walls. Oh, that's why Kyle-Andros is such a beautiful, beautiful settlement. You guys as well? Oh, yeah. Okay, rally your bows. Oh, it's going to be perfect. Look at that. They're going to be so well positioned. Just to fire in on that and to rack up so many kills. If we insert on these guys, does it zoom me into when they unleash an arrow? Because I know sometimes it does. When you do shoot an arrow, it does zoom you in. But I think that's just trebuchets where you can actually command the shot. Which is so cool. But it's a shame they kind of got rid of that in Three Kingdoms. At least I believe they got rid of it in Three Kingdoms, where you can no longer command the trebuchet, which is a real shame. Also, big shout out to the map makers as well for allowing me to deploy deployables outside of the settlement. So you could actually, the deployment zone was just outside of this settlement, allowing people to create their own kind of defenses with the barricades, and even set up an outwards defense as well, which is really cool. So the Uruk-hai tide is pushing forward against my forces. You can see them engaged into heavy melee combat right now with my spearmen. The spearmen are not a huge aggressive like killing force. However, they will keep this land safe and they will die defending it. You know, they are the stone wall of my army, and they will ensure that it stays that goddamn way. And I will probably send in reinforcements when I need to. We have a unit of swordsmen here that can help out. The archers, though, are doing such a great job. It just seems like some of the Uruk-hai, yeah, the heavier Uruk-hai infantry are doing a great job. Oh, no, this is just an artillery coup. So I also gave the Uruk-hai a sapper unit, which I don't know if the AI is going to know how to use this unit. But as you can see, look at this new awesome-looking model for the Uruk-hai sappers, the miners. And they do what they, you know, they look like they do. They blow up and they destroy walls. They destroy all the infantry around the walls. They're a deadly ass unit, so they're really, really cool to see in the game. And hopefully we will, yeah, we'll get to see more and more units like that in the future. Obviously, I'm still very much looking forward to seeing what trolls will be, as they are working on animations and just trying to like retrofit them in the game. They recently actually uploaded a video not so long ago showing as the awesome Uruk-hai flag comes flying through the gate. Yeah, they uploaded a troll video showing semi-working animations, and the animations definitely needed work, but they were getting there, which is exciting. You know, it's obviously going to, you know, take a lot of work and a lot of time for them to complete something like that, but once they do, I'm sure it will be such a good finished product. And also, like, this update has been absolutely amazing. It really has, but because this mod has just updated for anyone interested in it, and like maybe if you haven't played it in a while, now's the time to get stuck in, playing with this and the sub mod, which the Elves will be a part of. It's just going to be really, really fun to do so many battles that we weren't maybe able to do previously. I mean, especially if you add in Rohan as the Rohan sub mod as well, which is separate from the ROM sub mod, which again is amazing. They should really add it into the sub mod because it looks great. It really does. And that's mainly just using pre-existing Attila assets. They've done a great job with Rohan. The archers as well. The berserkers are overrunning my two-handed sword elves right now. But hopefully with the archer fire, I mean, let's just do this, right? We'll get the archers up there. Fire! And there, you look at that. Oh my god, the berserker's dropping! As you can see, the elves firing another volley. The bowman of Helm's Deep firing his shot right there, the lone arrow. And then the rest of the volley coming in. Oh my god, it just decimates the berserkers. I mean, obviously that's their weakness. Doing something Legolas could not. This one getting an arrow right through the shoulder. Another volley coming in. A bit of friendly fire right there, but that should be the end of them. Yep, see you later, Uruk-hai. So let's hold fire again. Luckily, we have a lot of ammunition. Oh no, they've actually managed to get round here. Okay, let's turn the pikes round. Let's try and deal with this. Oh, the archers up here as well, also engaging. Or are they fighting more lightly armored? I think they're fighting more lightly armored. Okay, continue to hit that. You guys can fire a lot more effectively now. It does seem like we're about to get overrun at the gates, though, as they are destroying me over here. They're overrunning me elsewhere. Okay, well, we can bring down some more infantry that necessarily did not get stuck in. We also have some cavalry set up. I might send after their archers in a second. Actually, let's do it now. We'll send out this unit of cavalry, and we'll bring it out, and we'll go chase down some of their archers, because we should rip them apart. We really should. As I think I mainly gave them a couple units of Uruk archers, but mainly just Orc rabble to kind of round out their roster, as they had so much heavy infantry. So let's come flying out of the settlement, and then we'll go immediately after these archer units, and we'll try and take down the Uruk archers, and we'll also see if we can get the sappers to explode as well. I mean, we have a very good retreating line, so it's not the end of the world. They'll have to come up here and fight through us here. But yeah, for now, our cavalry can definitely go after them. We've got some axes going through on us here, but nothing too serious. And we've also moved up their general as well. Okay, well, hopefully the pikes have turned round now. But yeah, I mean, there's only so much we can really do there. But the archers should be shooting 24/7 now. And there you go, the cavalry now getting stuck in. Run them down, boys. Run down this Mordor rabble. Uruk-hai, the goblins and the weaker orcs look awful. So just get stuck in, boys. You should be able to rout all of this, run it down, send it into the abyss. But the walls are being overrun. I mean, look how many Uruk-hai bodies have mounted up. Mainly probably down to our archers just fighting their marks. This one Uruk-hai has like 6 arrows going through his stomach. I mean, luckily as well, these archers are still firing down as well into the settlement, providing me with some extra bonuses right there. Oh, some Uruk-hai have actually made it a little bit further through as well. Okay, interesting. We also have all this arrow fire as well, so I guess you guys should volley out as well. You know, just through the gap. And I think the elves in a multiplayer situation are going to be a very, very deadly force. They really are. It's going to be very hard to, yeah, really take them out. I'm not sure if they should be. They should be, you know, obviously probably the strongest faction in the game, you know. They've had thousands of years to perfect the art of combat, so definitely deserve their prowess. And we'll push in more and more of our units now. Push up the pikes a little bit more. Try and close them off, because this flank is going to get completely overrun. You can see my unit of Greyhaven pikemen being completely enveloped by the Uruk-hai. And yeah, slowly getting taken down. They're still gurning though, so they obviously had a bit of sang, and yeah, it's helping them fight to the last at least. So I will allow that this one time. If we can break off these Uruk-hai, which I think we have now done, yeah, we can actually bring these pikemen back a little bit to reinforce. Let's do exactly that. And oh my god, here we go. Okay, well, this is going to be an epic downhill charge then. Into the abyss, boys. Look at that charge. Awesome. I mean, yeah, at least we'll be able to get stuck in here against these guys. It does seem like they did manage to catch me with some of their reinforcements. So let's just throw our own men in. Numbers-wise, we are down to 2,000, but they are down to 4,000. So we're definitely cutting their numbers down. But now that they're actually inside the settlement, things might be a little bit harder than maybe we once thought. Look at how pikemen are arriving. Okay, you guys station up here. Hold this position. Okay, you guys hold this position here. You guys go and help me here, okay? So yeah, you guys just simply form here, and I can probably form a square formation or something as more and more of my arrows do go off. I also have a lot of archers back here as well that can still help out. You guys form a square. Nice, we've broken them there. I might slowly start to fall back and allow them inside the settlement. I'm pretty tempted to do that. Yeah, let's bring back some of these guys. And yeah, I might have to fall back. Their numbers are starting to overrun me a little bit, and I'd much rather defend this place where we can use these archers, where we can use these other, you know, infantrymen right here. And we can use our, you know, our spearmen, our general unit as well, King Gilgalad. Again, looking very cool indeed. The Elven Crown, dark hair. I mean, it's a really small change, but the modder has actually changed the hair color of a lot of these elves to give them different styles. And it does sound like not an important change, but I think it does add a lot to this unit and to the elves in general. Just seeing, you know, soldiers with blonde hair and, you know, different colors of of hair actually does add in a surprisingly large amount of detail to the mod. Okay, so these pikemen, flee for your lives. Get back, boys. You guys can stay. Our swordsmen are actually still holding this wall somehow, probably with the help of a missile fire, right, coming down from there, even though these elves are running low on ammo. Yeah, we're still actually holding this position quite nicely. These archers have run out of ammunition as well. And yeah, look at that. We have completely been lost there. So let's just fall back over on this side as well. I don't think there's any escape going this way. So we will simply fall back. And this isn't the worst thing in the world, pushing back like this, because it will allow us to basically open up them and make them a little bit more vulnerable to our missile fire. So we just need to get our pikemen through here. We can set our pikemen up like so. We have plenty of swordsmen still left remaining, so we'll form them back up. And then we still have, you know, a decent contingent of men up here. So yeah, you guys just get back behind the more elite men. Oh, did we lose our cavalry or did we win? Oh, I think we actually lost a large portion of our cavalry as well. They've actually pushed through onto my pikemen, but the pikemen are set up quite nicely. However, they are fighting right-hand stormers, so they're going to probably be in a bit of a predicament. But maybe our archers can shoot? I mean, these guys can definitely start to fire into the huge gaps here. And we have a fresh unit of archers which aren't really shooting either. We can bring them back. You guys have a handful of shots still left remaining. You guys are basically out of ammunition to come back. Maybe we can replace this fresh unit over here. Yeah, that's probably what we should do. We should probably replace this unit of archers as soon as it runs out of ammo, because this is just such a good position. We can't, you know, just give up this place for nothing. So, yeah, let's do that. Oh my god, and the elves, the lightly armored elves have gone in. Good luck, boys. You're going to need it. And now they're throwing themselves against my my position here. I kind of want to defend more up on the hill, if I'm honest, because we have these two units of archers that can shoot down the hill. And I also love the idea of charging down at them. I think that's like a really, really cool setup. So let's do something like that. Let's form up these guys just in between as well. So we'll have like a very deadly battle line. So as soon as this breaks, we can just charge down the hill, bring them into our death trap, which we've basically done already. So, I mean, how many kills are these guys on now? 160. We've got 300 on another unit, 285 on another. Even my lightly armored guys who are getting cut down now have done a very, very nice job. Unfortunately, the AI doesn't look like they're going to be using their right-hand stormers. But, I mean, we'll be using every piece of this defense to our advantage. Especially when we come running down this hill. I think it's going to look really, really cool. Another gatehouse going down, unfortunately. Hopefully it crushed a few Uruks, though, on the way down. We're actually killing a lot of their own men here as well. They're obviously killing my elves, and I guess every elf I have is worth multiple Urukai, so I guess that's fair enough. But yeah, their arrows are hurting. Definitely killing my pikemen. Look at that, we've got some men through the barracks there. Oh, you can actually see there the soldiers in the distance as well. That's cool. Just pouring into the settlement with half-orc axes, which is actually a very, very scary ass unit. That's a unit I don't really want to have to deal with. I assume these archers aren't out of ammo, so let's switch places with them. Let's get these archers up on here so they can start, you know, rattling off the shots on the enemy. Oh, look at that, a unit of fresh archers. Okay. Let's send down our two-handed axes then, or two-handed swords, and they'll make quick work of this Mordor bow rabble. Yeah, they're going to get slaughtered. Look at them. Their heads are rolling down the hills. Yeah, they do not stand a chance. Just like, I don't think they had little daggers. I mean, actually, probably their daggers are pretty well suited to killing my elves, because, you know, the daggers can actually get through all the gaps, the intricate positions of the defensive armor, whereas like a sword would just glance off of it. But cool. Yeah, I mean, we obviously sent that bow rabble flying. Let's just send like our pikemen there. Okay, they've broken through there. A little bit scary, but now the archers can fire at will. You can also do that as well. Give them hell. Barrage. We should see just a rapid fire volleying now. Again, just picking away the enemy forces wherever they can. I clicked that rapid fire, so hopefully we will see it. Relatively rapid. And again, here we go. Now this. Oh, they got sappers up here as well. Okay. Let's charge down this hill at them then. With the bowmen as well. Okay, let's give them hell, boys. I really don't want these sappers to blow up, so I might actually focus them down. It would be very cool if they did blow up, but I don't think they're going to. I just don't think the AI really understands how a unit like this works, so I assume that it's just not going to do anything. Also, big shout out to this unit right here, who have somehow managed to keep their line pretty sturdy, actually. We also do have some fresh units here as well, which we can use to envelop the enemy, which I'm guessing I'm going to do. And we'll block off this retreat as well. Okay, these archers are out of ammunition now as well, so what we'll do is we'll continue to put the pressure on. Probably get some more archers up here, like what we've got going on over here, and just continue to hammer them. We could even... Oh, we don't actually have access to any types of arrows by the looks of it. Nope. That should be fine. I mean, realistically, if these white-hand sappers did blow up, they would kill a lot more of the enemy units than they would mine, so... Not actually too fussed about that. And I've got our spearmen here. I'll put the spearmen in shield wall in case they try and reinforce. This arrow fire is painful. Ideally, I would love to make a breach point here. We'll get these elves as well. Just shoot up and over. No, you guys want to go a little bit closer? Okay, well, I mean, there should be fine. Yeah, just advancing to the crest of the hill should be fine to volley over. You're kind of also all aiming the wrong way, boys, but I guess I can forgive you. Just flip that round, drop a 180, and start shooting. There we go. Yeah, they're just shooting up into the sky. The arcing shots should be pretty deadly. Yeah, just need to start pounding away at their lines. I'd also really need to get some cavalry out here if I can. That would be pretty huge. Getting the arrows continuing. I mean, the archers are really racking up the kills, and I think that's what wins it for us. We also have like a cavalry charge we could send out down the hill if we wanted to. And now these archers are up here as well. We'll get these guys to fire at will. Basically, everyone fire at will. Just shoot at whatever you can. We'll also stick on this barrage as well. Reloads the, shoots a lot faster, but tires them out a lot quicker. Let's follow the cavalry down the hill as well, as they come and join the battle once more. Not really going to work, unfortunately. Sometimes that camera can be really cool. Other times, not so much. So yeah, you guys just continue to shoot these guys in the side. It's probably a pretty good idea. And maybe the king, maybe even the king will go into fighting range now. Make way for the king! The white-hand sappers are basically out now, so yeah, not something we have to worry too much about. I mean, this entire block is probably going to break pretty quickly. They have a handful of, like, okay men still left remaining, but not really too much. We'll shoot these half-orc axes in the back, which will be very beneficial for us. Okay, guys, break your formation. Go and defend this position just in case they come in. Yeah, I mean, obviously this battle was always going to be won by our archers, and I think it definitely has. Because, I mean, the power of this faction is even the archers, once they've run out of ammo, can still get stuck in. The enemy general goes in as our general goes colliding in to the enemy position, and that's going to send a shockwave throughout the Uruk position. And you can see their units are starting to break as we pursue them. Look, I mean, look at all this huge routing. Oh my god. The king will continue just to move around. I like to think that his presence is what's winning the day right now. And we'll get these guys to continue. Oh no, the half-orc axes are going to blow up. Kill them. Don't let them blow up. I actually kind of do let them blow up because I want to see it. Let's just leave them. Maybe they'll blow up and kill everything. That'll be really funny to see. Nah, I think they're just a little bit... Yeah, they died, unfortunately. But you guys will be able to see that in plenty of other battle replays. Don't you worry. Oh, my elves on the walls actually won. The lone 2 brave warriors. Look at them stand. Get over here, boys. You bow to no man. They held that position for honor and glory. Well done, boys. Well done. Brave. You guys are exhausted. You deserve a rest. That is for sure. Continue to pursue the enemy, please. Continue to run them down. If we can get this cavalry outside the settlement as well, that would be perfect, because then we could run down some of these archers. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send them off a little bit more. Archers continue to shoot there. I don't know if these guys can volley into these guys. If you can, have a time in your life. It'd be really cool if you could get men up on this tower as well. That'd be really, really cool. Okay, we'll send the cavalry out, and that should be GG. So it does seem like the Elven Fighting Forces definitely lives up to the name. Definitely lives up to the name of... yeah, what I said at the beginning of the video, and there we go. End of the battle, GG. The sentiment of Kandros does stand, and I'm definitely going to have to do like a proper online battle on this map, because it's just too good not to. I mean, just look at it, man. Really, really amazing, and especially with the new elves as well. So that's kind of my plan. I definitely want to do a battle of Kandros. I also want to do a battle for Helm's Deep with the Rohan submod and this submod, which will have like a proper, finally have like a proper battle, which will be so goddamn cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment. Let me know what you think of the elves. I'll be sure to let you guys know when this pack does come out for everyone to play. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.